Our finances are a shambles. We are now facing receivership, and we need to move forward with all deliberate speed in order to get into and out of receivership. Despite what many of my opponents and their supporters are saying, receivership is not the end of the world, right? Other places have gone into receivership, not in Ohio, and we don't know what the flavor of Ohio receivership will necessarily look like at this point. But other places have gone into receivership, and they have come out of it with no problem. One thing we do know is in Ohio, we are the first, but there are a number of other communities that are right behind us. And there are 2 communities that will probably be in receivership in the near future, just because they also have been in financial distress or financial seriousness for a number of years. This new law allows the state to intervene more quickly, more rapidly. We would have never spent 30 years in financial difficulty had this law been in place earlier. That being said, I encourage you to go to the state auditor's page, OhioAuditor.gov. They want this to go well. They want this to go right. And so they have banners. They're, the banners that move across the top of their web page. And if you don't happen to catch one of them, then you can just type in receivership under the search tab, and you'll go right to it. And it is really straightforward, extremely informative, and they have mountains of Q&A, frequently asked questions, and they encourage you, if you have questions, to reach out, and they will answer those questions. And so it's really, they're doing everything to make sure that there is at least a certain comfort level in East Cleveland with going into receivership. Additionally, because there are other cities that may be in the same place as we are coming down the pike, they want this to go well. I've been told that we will be we're going to be, I don't want to say the guinea pigs, but we're certainly going to be the ones that set the tone for the rest of the cities in the state of Ohio that may be facing this eventuality. And so it's to all of our benefit that this be a smooth, open, transparent process, that people know what it is and what it's not, and that we move through this process quickly. And a lot of this is going to hinge on our 5-year recovery plan. All right. And so, the mayor's office will still be operable. City council will still be operable. Our spending, however, will be curtailed and guided by that 5-year recovery plan. And so it's up to us, quite frankly, to create the best recovery plan that we can that gives us maximum flexibility. We also will have some say as to who the receiver is. So the auditor's office has made the recommendation to the Attorney General's office. All right. I've heard also we may not go into receivership after all, based on meetings with the auditors. That's not true. We are definitely headed towards receivership, and the Ohio Attorney General's office will make the determination of who that person will be after the election. They didn't want to be in the mix. They didn't want to, make things even crazier by appointing a receiver now. That will happen sometime after the election. However, we can request the names of those people that are under consideration, and we can weigh in. We can weigh in on who will be the receiver for our city. And I think that's really important, that we have a say right from the beginning as to who it is that we're going to work with. That gives us an opportunity, again, to determine the rules of the game, right? How are we going to move forward with this? What are the benchmarks? What are the parameters? And again, what is our 5-year recovery plan going to look like? And as we develop that 5-year recovery plan, to give ourselves the space and the grace to be able to move forward, right? So again, I'm not afraid of receivership. I don't think it's not going to be wonderful, of course not, but I also don't think that it's going to be the end of the world. And other cities have gotten into receivership and come out of it, and guess what? they have a credit rating all of a sudden. The city of East Cleveland has no credit rating. We are not bondable. We cannot do any bond business in the state of Ohio or anywhere else. If we were an individual, our credit rating would be in the 400s, which makes us eligible for nothing. Right now, we pay our bills, all of them, on a cash basis because no one will extend to us even 30 days credit. We pay everything on a cash basis. That's not the way to run a city. We cannot run a city in that way, all right? We can't grow because of it. So, there's that. The bottom line is we have to get our finances in order. So, you know what? Let's pull up our socks, sharpen our pencils, and get down to it. That's all there is to it, in my opinion.